everybody. I just realized that it is Friday and I needed to do the Friday forecast. And I started out with the 3-card draw with the Spirit of the Animals deck. We're going to continue with just Oracle cards today for a change. That's just how I work. So starting out, we talked about the horse. This is all about freedom. This is about letting loose, being your authentic self, not letting things hold you back, and using all that strength that you have because you have a lot of fortitude. Secondly, if you pick the card number 2, you've got the Coyote, the revealer of the truth. Talks about just lighten up. Everything is not that big a deal. You don't have to get all worked up about stuff. You need to have time to be playful, laugh at yourself, have fun. Lastly, if you pick the 3rd card, you got the Raven. We're talking about the shaman. This is tapping into your abilities, understanding you have a connection to the spirit world, all of those things. So those are the first 3 cards. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into a different Oracle deck. We're going to go ahead and use my Maps deck. Sorry, I keep sniffing. I'm still getting over that cold I had a couple weeks ago, so sorry for that. But anyway, here we go. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Cards today for the collective out of my, I lost, that was like half the deck. Sorry about that. Out of my spirit deck. Oh, there it goes. All right, we got Come Together. I'm going to pull one more. Anything else comes out for spirits today? Woo, I saw a card jump up, but it didn't quite jump out all the way. So I like the jumpers. I call them jumpers. Oh, there we go. And they always fall on the floor for some reason. Weirdly enough, I got a card I picked up, I think yesterday that I hadn't seen before, and there it is again. All right, we got 3 more cards. This is from my Enchanted Maps deck. Firstly, you got the Come Together. 8 energy means take some action. This is saying this is not the time to break up with somebody, sever a friendship, stop talking to somebody, quit a job. This is not the time. Okay, so if over the weekend any of those things were on your list of things to do, please wait until next week. Do not split or cut a relationship this weekend. Secondly, you got the Wishing Well, number 48. The 4 energy is about healing. Once again, 8 energy is about action. 4 and 8 together is 12. 1, 2, 3, creation. Okay, a lot of numbers floating around in there. But really what this is telling me is that, in a wishing well, you throw in a penny and you wish for bigger things. Sometimes just a little bit of effort, a little bit of an investment, a tiny little penny, so to speak, is all it takes to get the momentum going. So I feel like if you have things that you're trying to manifest, you need to just take one little step in that direction and get that ball rolling. Lastly, we get the Solitude card, number 13. The 1 energy is a new beginning. The 3 energy is creation. 1 and 3 together is healing. Yes, sometimes we need to be alone to heal. Now, I know it's the weekend. That's usually the time we socialize, but it's very possible that you should start thinking about giving yourself a little bit of a mental break from people in general. Doesn't have to be over the weekend, but I think you should plan a little mini-me vacation. I'll call it a mini-me vacation, where you spend at least 3 or 4 hours doing just whatever you want by yourself, whether it be time in the beach, window shopping, thrift shopping, taking yourself to a movie or lunch, or if you don't want to spend any money, just going for a nice long walk, enjoying the nature, whatever it may take, but definitely take a little time out by yourself. You need that alone time. All right, now we're going to go ahead and jump into my vintage deck. Again, I'm going to pull 3 cards, see what jumps out for us today. Gives us a little bit more insight over our weekend. Thank you, Spirit Guides, for those cards. We're looking for 3 more cards today for anybody tuning in that would like to know more about what to expect over the weekend or the next few days. And by the way, if you ever catch these readings on a day that it's not supposed to be for that day, it doesn't matter. If the message resonates for you, it's for you. And divine timing sometimes works out that way. All right, I got 3 cards here. We're going to run with those cards. First off, we got compassion. Okay, obviously we know what compassion means. That means, giving a crap about other people, right? But what I feel like is you need to have some compassion for yourself this week, especially over the weekend. Give yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up. Don't keep reminding yourself about all your failures. This isn't the time to be doing this. This is the time to lift yourself up. Okay, have some compassion for yourself. Never speak to yourself any differently than you would to a small child or to your best friend or to somebody you love, first off. Secondly, we got ancestors. Very interesting. You hear me. I talk about ancestry all the time. You see my ancestors behind me. I'm going to go on a literal bend with this. Maybe it's time to kind of research your ancestry. Find out more about your background, where you came from, because you might find some insights that are very eye-opening to who you are now. whether it be a DNA memory of personality or things that you like or dislike, or maybe it's about learning more about your family that maybe you never asked those questions. So I feel like this is definitely a good time over the weekend. Maybe if you talk to your parents or some family member, say, hey, what's your most favorite story about our family? And find out a little more about your background. It may give you a little bit of a pick-me-up, right? Or some clarity. Then we get gentleness, which kind of goes along with what I said about this compassion card. It even goes with the solitude card that I mentioned to you. Gentleness, again, take it easy on yourself. Don't be so rough on yourself. You don't deserve that any more than anybody else does, okay? You know, it's one thing to pat my dog really hard, you know, and look, she lifts her head up. I don't even see her. She lifts her head up like, what in the hell? Or I can gently pet her and she puts her head back down and she's calm and sweet. Apply that gentleness. You don't need to constantly be, bleh, bleh, bleh. You know, you can be on a lower level of action, a lower level of emotion. That doesn't mean it's a lower level of energy. I don't know why I felt the need to say that to you. You can still have high energy, but be on a very gentle, quiet, peaceful physicality. I hope that makes some sense. I don't even hear her sighing over here. She's like, wait, what just happened? You confused me. I hope that didn't confuse you. I know that was kind of a complicated thing I just said, but that's how it came out. So Spirit speaks in fun ways. All right, lastly, we're going to go ahead and pull 3 cards from our Moonology deck. Let's see what jumps out there. I know this is kind of an odd reading, but I'm just running with it. I'm just letting Spirit talk however it wants. I'll probably watch this later and go, what the hell did I say? But hey, I know somebody is going to get something out of this today. There's a reason I'm saying what I'm saying. I got to believe it. All right, spirits. I'm going to pick a card if you don't pick one for me. I need 3 cards. All right, I'm just going to spread these out and randomly pick 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. All right, we got 3 cards from the Moonology deck. Oh, interesting. All right, we got some pretty strong cards. It's funny, I just said to you about being gentle, but then we get these 3 really strong cards. It says, a fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. That means something pretty major energy is coming. Maybe this is also why I'm telling you to be gentle with yourself, to bring it down a few levels, you know, calm down a little bit, because maybe you need to save the energy for whatever's coming up. And fiery climax doesn't necessarily mean bad, right? It could be just something very exciting that's coming to an end or coming to fruition. So just be aware that if you can keep yourself at a calmer level, whatever this thing is that's coming along, you're going to be ready for it. Nextly, we get the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So again, that may have a lot to do with what's going on, is maybe you're going to get some kind of clarity on something that's just going to be like mind-blowing. And it may be connected to that ancestor thing too that I mentioned to you. Maybe you're going to find out something about your family you had no idea if you do ask those questions. Lastly, we get be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. Okay, so this is just saying that if there's a need for action, you be the first one. Not saying this is going to apply to everybody, but if there is a need for action, you be the one who steps forward and says, fine, I'll do it. Okay? And that is your Friday weekend forecast. I will be on all day today. I'm doing a TikTok-a-thon starting at 1 o'clock. Yes, I'll be taking some breaks in between, but I'll be doing some demonstrations, some readings, some talk, a little of everything today. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'll be on till 9 o'clock. Please join me. There will be special things for my subscribers. So you'll have an opportunity to subscribe and get some freebies and some prizes. So everybody have an amazing weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.